2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. A look at the starting group here for Denver. Johnson, the small forward, with Gordon holding down the four. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. And it's Jokić in at the center position. And for San Antonio, Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Champagnie at the 4. We've had this one circled on our calendars. Two great teams with stars leading the way, Grant.
Oh, B.A., tonight is what the NBA is all about. Elite teams with top-end talent. And that's given this game almost a playoff feel.
Wembanyama finds Castle. Back to Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. And there's the drive. Up and over Gordon. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
They really relied on the perimeter game in that one. Just consistent from distance all night.
Yeah, and what the heck were you supposed to do to stop them? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a showing.
Here's Fox. Rejected by Jokić. And he gets it back. Here's Champagnie. 14 points for him last game against Dallas. San Antonio again can't hit. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's Denver up by 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And before we move on, what have you guys seen from Denver?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
And here's Denver. Johnson and Barnes, your small and power forwards. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Murray. An important scorer for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game. Jokić gets the bucket.
Staying active. Jokić is one of the best offensive rebounders in the game.
Fox, the pass to Johnson. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Harper. 13 points in the win against Dallas. 6 to shoot. Here's Fox. De'Aaron Fox just battling in there.
Well, with time running out, Fox stayed calm on that one. Converted to beat the clock.
Murray passes to Jokić. Outside Watson. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Nuggets on top, up by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They led by 2 after the first. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq's suit.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, their paint presence was non-existent. They haven't put any pressure on the defense in terms of attacking the cup. It's simple. You want to be successful in this league, you can't be a one-dimensional jump shooting team.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Denver. They lead by 4. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for David Adelman. In the backcourt, it'll be Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokić, the inside combo. And it's Johnson in at the 3. Murray. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
Well, you know, with Murray, not only can he score at all 3 levels, he's got great confidence and that championship pedigree as well.
Denver shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Some breakthrough contributions for the Nuggets from Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Grant elevating their games.
But at the same time, Denver's depth has been a concern. You know, B.A., we know what Jokić can do, but he needs help to win another ring.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And during the Nuggets' 2023 title run, Jamal Murray was absolutely incredible, Coach.
Yeah, B.A., you know, they don't even get there without a healthy Murray. He put up 33 a game against the Lakers in the conference finals, repeatedly making tough, contested clutch shots.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Nikola Jokić. Here's Murray. .24 seconds left in the third. Got it.
Well, when Murray has his attacking game working, it opens up more space for everybody.
Now Fox. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be back in a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Castle at the 2 with Vassell at the 3. Then there's Harper, then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Bryant in at power forward. That's the San Antonio 5.
Well, with the way he moves, Vassell can be so deceptive with his shots, and he did well to draw the foul there.
San Antonio, Devin Vassell. 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 5. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. The Spurs making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. And Denver with a change here too. Watson's checked in. Now here's Watson. Hardaway on the wing. And an intentional foul right there.
Bryant, first personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
You can't afford to waste any chances at this stage of the game. That means you got to hit your free throws.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. They're losing by 7. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. All right, guys, what do you think?
They're going to have to get up a quick shot and then foul immediately.
Here's Barnes. Pass to Harper. Now Olynyk. Castle outside. Fires from deep. The shot won't fall. Good D by Hardaway. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 7-point differential. So it's Denver with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to